What is up, Cowboys Nation? Boy, Mike Tag here. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Had a good time on the show last night. If you guys missed it, check it out this Wednesday. It's going to be even better. We got big, nasty Kevin Gogan coming back in the cave. So all the more reason to make sure you check us out live. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. Always hit that like on the video show and love the Cowboys Nation. Definitely appreciate it. The hype train is getting ready, man. We are getting closer to the start of this season. Like I said, I know this season is upon us. I get a few cameos to drop some hype videos, make fun of some Eagles, and do whatever else. So the season is getting close. So we got OTAs. OTAs start today. And we talked a little bit about it last night's show, the 5 kind of players that you want to keep an eye on. And, I mean, this is glorified mini camp, right? They're not going to be doing any hitting, anything like that. But it's good to hear 100% participation. Listen to Schotty in his press conference. Trayvon Diggs is there. Micah Parsons is there. So it's 100% pretty much of the guys that should be there. I think there's still a couple maybe draft picks are still waiting on signing, but that'll all work itself out. But getting the key guys and the veterans there, it's huge. And, listening to Schotty, man, the more I listen to him, the more I like him. And the more I'm thinking he's the right man for the job. And he's got the temperament. He's got the kind of personality with the players. And you saw Parsons playing a little trick on him with the good night, and Schotty fell for it. So, I mean, there's some banter back and forth, but there's also the business side, and Schotty talked about it. And, the younger generation who doesn't know, I mean, his dad was a phenomenal head coach, great coach for the Browns. Really, players loved playing for him. Coach with the Chargers. Any Cowboy fans know he coached with the Redskins at the time as well. His teams always went to the playoffs, but he just had a way to connect with players, and it really appears to me that Schotty does the same. Now, the one thing that his dad didn't have was a lot of luck. I mean, he had some teams that should have went to the Super Bowl, and just bad things kind of happened. If you're in the Cowboys, you've been a Cowboy fan for the last 30 years, you can feel the pain that his father went through in his coaching days, because he just got wins just ripped out for no reason. It's just some crazy fluke plays. So that aside, we got to make sure Schotty's not, that's not in the DNA, let's just say. But I think the relationship he gets with these players, and, he talked about how does he handle, obviously you've got Micah Parsons with a contract issue, but Parsons is there. You're dealing with Trayvon Diggs coming off an injury. You've got Dak coming off an injury. And, he was very upfront with it and reading my notes. I mean, he remains authentic. And he is true to his players. He's true to who he is. And you can only control what you can control. And he's never going to change the way he is. He's never going to change the way he treats his players. He's never going to change his philosophies and what he's true to. So that is something, you love to see with a coach, because you just don't know what – this is his first opportunity as a head coach. He's had chances in the past to throw his hat in the ring, so to speak, or his visor, because he played for Spurrier. He's got still a big fan of Spurrier and wears that visor in kind of honor of Coach Spurrier. But some people change and they get a little different when they're head coach. And so far, he's remained pretty much the same that we saw from the first press conference, and even when he was an assistant coach and coordinator and all that kind of good stuff. Nothing seems to change. It hasn't changed with the players. And I think that is really, really important, because it's like what Michael Irvin said, man. He comes in here and he's going to try and be the tough guy. He's going to try and browbeat this and that. And they're going to be like, hey, man, what are you doing? What happened when you're the assistant? Now all of a sudden you're the big dog. You know what I'm saying? So he's staying true to that. And leadership is the key. He talked about leadership over and over. And I think for Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott, they have the opportunity and they need to take that leadership role. And what I mean by that, leading by example is one thing, but leading by accountability and holding others accountable for their actions in their play is the one thing I think this Cowboys team has been lacking over the past several years. And I think that's that helps create that dog mentality. And we'll have Kevin Gogan on, like I said, tomorrow night. And that's what that team of the 90s had. They held each other accountable. It did. Jimmy Johnson, of course, would drop the hammer, but the players policed themselves with their performance on the field. They were more worried about what would happen on the sideline if they dropped a pass or missed a tackle than what would happen in the film room the next day. So I think that's another thing with the leadership. And, these OTAs are going to be about competing, and he wants his guys to compete. I mean, no job should be safe. Every opportunity for every football player on this team should be in their hands to control their destiny. So you definitely like to hear that. And he feels great about the offseason. It's been an excellent offseason so far. I know for some fans it got a little shaky. My man K9 he still was a little on edge, and then we had the really good draft, and then you go get Pickens, and it kind of did a 180 for people. But don't sleep on some of those signings that they did in free agency, some of those strategic signings to fill depth on the offensive line, to get the running backs, to get depth on the defensive line, linebacker, cornerback. That can prove to pay dividends as the attrition of the season continues, and you will have guys get hurt. It's the nature of the business. Now, we hope to minimize it. Sure the hell hope to minimize it with our superstars. We don't need all of them out, but that's something that he talked about as well. And really, his philosophy and his keys to winning is music to my ears. And I, don't sing it, bring it. Hopefully it happens. Run the ball, take care of the football, and win the line of scrimmage. I mean, that is football 101 in the basic sense. And I think the Cowboys in recent years got away from that on the running the football, got away from that on dominating the line of scrimmage on both lines. I think the offensive line has always been there. I think the defensive interior has always been a question mark. So hopefully with Eberflus and his scheme, they're going to get to that point, dominating the line of scrimmage on defense. I feel really good about this offensive line. So I think they can definitely dominate. And they proved this offensive line that they can run the football in that last half of the season. I think obviously you bring in Booker. That's going to be another, upgrade to I think an offensive line that's young and up and coming. So I like it. And really one of the other things that stuck in my head is Dak. And, the questions are, and we saw it on the show last night. Oh, Dak's going to throw for 5,000 yards. We're going to have 1,000-yard receivers. We're going to dominate this. Just win. I don't care if he throws for 150 yards if they win. I'd rather him throw for 150 yards and win than throw for 500 yards and lose. And I think that's the mentality. You go back to Schotty, run the football being priority number one. Let the passing game complement the run game. Let the run game open up for pass. And when they got to start creeping in on that run, then it's going to be lights out. Because you got CD, you got Pickens, you got Turpin, you got Ferguson, Mingo. We're gonna give him his shot. Obviously, you got Tolbert. So I mean, they have got a plethora, like they say in Three Amigos, plethora of receivers and weapons on the offensive side of the ball that are home run hitters with Pickens, with CD, with Blue, and with Turpin. I mean, you got guys that are big play capability. And one of the other things I'd love to hear is be multiple on both sides of the ball. Be multiple. Be aggressive. Don't be the same old, we're lining it up and this is the way we're going to be. Don't let them know where the blitz is coming from. Don't let them know who's rushing and who's dropping back. Create some confusion to their offense, but then on our offense, create some confusion on their defense. You've got an X factor in Turpin who can line up anywhere. CD can line up anywhere. He's been in the backfield. Pickens, same type of way. You got versatility across the board. Utilize it. Create the mismatches and create the uncertainty on the opposing team of what they're going to commit to stop. And that's keys to victories. And I know it's early. I know we're in June. I mean, we got a long way to go, but happy football is going to be here before you know it. But everything that I'm seeing from Schotty, just his temperament, the way he manages, the way he handles the reporters, his relationship with the players, everything is pointing in the right direction to say, you know what, this could be that hire that a lot of us, I mean, let's just be honest, a lot of us were unsure. A lot of us were not jumping up and down. I wasn't busting through, into the Cowboys cave, dropping a hype video. There was a lot of uncertainty, but listen to them, give the man his opportunity and see what he does with it. And so far, I'm liking what I'm hearing. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the players. But again, that's a long season to go. But I'm digging some Schotty. So that's just my take. I'd love to get your guys' opinion on it. Is he growing on you? Are you still a little uncertain? Whatever the case may be. I'm feeling good with Schotty. I want to hear what you guys say, but more importantly, do not miss tomorrow night with Big Nasty Kevin Gogan, because you will be disappointed if you do. Now you can always go back and watch the replay. We support that, but he's going to be live in the cave. He has no filter. We're going to talk about what he's up to. He hadn't been on in a year and a half, trying to see what's going on and in the adventures of Gogan. He's always up to something. And then we're going to get into some of these Cowboys and just kind of his thoughts with the offensive line, kind of, with Martin going away, getting Booker, what would it take to get this offensive line to get that continuity? I thought they built it up at the end of this last season, kind of continue to build on that. The importance of a running game, the importance and the pressure that's on the quarterback. I mean, at the end of the day, quarterbacks are going to be judged by wins and playoff performances and where they take their team. At the end of the day, that is how you are judged. And the story's not finished with Dak, but so far, great regular season. Playoffs have been spotty. Not all his fault, but like I said, you're judged by wins and losses as a quarterback, right, wrong, or indifferent. That's why they make $60 million. That's why they're the highest paid player on their team. It comes with a lot of responsibility, and I think Dak's up for it. So I'm feeling it. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking. Appreciate the love, hanging out in the cave. Just want to drop a quick video. Hopefully I see you guys all tomorrow night live in the Cowboys Cave. I will see you guys. Take care. Peace.
Give me somebody that's hungry. Give me somebody that's hungry. I need somebody.